Hello, welcome to the video that outlines the process for completing the girl and leader registration for 2015. The process starts from your AHG Connect homepage and it entails three basic steps. The first step is to invite families and or girls to register. The second step would be to invite your leaders to register. And then the third step is to complete registration and payment. We're going to step through those three steps on the screen. So the first step of inviting girls and families to register, it's under the Membership tab. You click on Girl Registration Invites. That will bring up a list of your current household roster with each household listed on the left-hand side and all the members listed specifically. To invite that family to join for this year, you simply check the box on the specific family that you would like to invite. If you want to invite all families, you can just click this top box and it will check that for every family. But for the purposes of this demo, we're just going to invite one family. We're going to invite the Cape family. You'll notice across that it will also list the date of the last email invitation sent, the email address that will send that invitation to, the girls that are listed in that family, and a status value for each of those registrations that you'll see changes as you go through the process. The family up above we had already done this process for, and you can see they actually returned and submitted their applications on the 31st. So once you've decided which families you want to invite, you just simply click the family, and then down at the bottom of the screen is Send Invitations. And that's all there is to the girl invite process. The second part is the leader invite process. Leaders is a little bit more complicated because you have to establish which role you want that leader to play, and you have existing leaders that are part of your troop or members, and then other parents that may play that role, and those are separated just to keep the screen simple. So in this first case, we're going to invite Chris to join again, and we could either change positions or we could keep the same position as last year. So let's say we're going to change positions. A list of the options come up and you simply select the ones that make sense. So he was a carpool driver. This year decided he can't do that, he's just going to play an adult member role. You click Save and Send Email Invite. The next one is Christine Silverton. We're going to go ahead and just keep those same positions, and when you click Keep, it actually sends that invitation. So again, now we've completed the leader invites for the existing leaders. If you had any parents that were going to join for the first time, you'd click on this Non-Members tab, and all of the parents in your troop are displayed, and you simply go through a similar process of selecting which position that parent has agreed to serve, and the invitations are sent. The last part of that process is the complete registration process. After they have completed their registration and have sent it back, it will appear in this complete registration screen. And for the purposes of this demo, these were the two that were done earlier. As the troop leader, you really have two things that you have to do. The first is for any girl, you use this to actually set the level that girl will be for next year. And there's a little guide that sort of helps you in terms of age and grade. And so we're going to say this person's going to be a Tenderheart. And same for Grace. Grace is 9 in 5th grade, Explorer. And then for adult leaders, it gives you the opportunity to bring up and review their application and approve it. Once you've completed those steps, these girls and or leaders are available to go to the final step, which is the payment step. If your charter has not been approved for 2015, this button will not appear. and a big red area will show down on the bottom that says your charter must be complete before you can complete the payment step. So that's really the three key processes: inviting girls, inviting leaders, and then completing the registration. There's some other features that we have built this year. The first one is an in-person registration option for girls, and a bit later, in a few weeks, we hope to come out with the same for the leader, but let's show you what that looks like. So suppose you had sent out all of the registrations, and the Cape family said, I don't remember getting it, or I didn't see it, and you're at a troop meeting. You can actually complete the registration process right there in the meeting. You could either re-invite by email if you so chose, or you could invite in person. If you click on this button, it actually brings up their family registration just as if they had processed their email from home. They go through the process here just like they would at home, and they can complete the process with one step. You can also use this to invite new families to register, and there's a couple ways to do that. One is you could do that by email, and if you click on I'm a brand new family that is not in my troop, you enter their last name and the email address that will be used for their family registration, and they will get an email that invites them to register. If that last name and email already exist in AHG Connect at either your troop or another troop, you will get an error message that basically says that that family already exists, and if it exists in a different troop, you need to contact the national office to have that family transferred, so that we don't get a duplicate record for that household, and also so that all of the records for the girls get transferred to your troop as well. So that could be done either via email or also in person, just like we saw for girls. If you clicked on in person, it brings up that family invite page that they could fill out completely, and do that also in one step. Another way to get there is from the red membership bar, send new family request, and that goes to the same basic screen. Now I want to talk a little bit about the final steps in the process. We talked about the complete registration page, and if in fact your troop charter is approved, you can go to the next step. I'll show you what that looks like. In this case, we had just clicked for the girls. We hadn't completed the adults. And you can pay by credit card or with e-check, just like you can with any other payment in the system. The status of adult members will remain pending until their keys training is updated, they have a current criminal background check, this payment has been completed, and they've completed their forms, so they wouldn't actually even get to this point without completing their forms, and finally that the troop's charter has been approved. So if all of those situations are true and they're still showing up as a pending status in the system, that's something we'll have to take care of on the national side. There's some problem that created that. That's basically it. Oh, actually one more thing we were going to show you what that family email invite actually looks like. So this is an example of what the family registration email looks like for the Cape family, and they can see a little video on how to execute the process. They basically click on this link to bring up the family registration, and the same is true for the adult invites that we sent out. Similar kind of process. It indicates the kind of role that they've been invited for, and if they accept the invitation, it will step them through signing the appropriate forms required. Have fun with registering for 2015. Thank you. Bye-bye.